Hi there, folks. Zykeer here, and this is Rolling Thunder. Hold on. Hi there, folks. Zykeer here, and this is Rolling Thunder. Hold on. Alright. So, OBS had a recent update where, it monitors, audio in different ways, and now I can hear my voice in the monitor, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't doubling up on the stream, and it doesn't seem to be, and I know none of you will point it out because none of you are watching, so, yeah. So yeah, there's this thing called Segathon coming up, apparently, so, and I'm gonna submit this, and, don't add lives, because that's cheating, because, fuck it, excuse me, I'm gonna do this, and Contra Hardcore. So, let's, get going and use my shitty splits that I really need to delete because they all suck. But anyway, 3, 2, 1, 80%! Fuck! What did I switch it to? Oh, okay, I changed that, never mind. How do I stop split? How do I oh, okay, just, sorry, anyway. Alright. So, in 3, 2, 1, 80%. So this is Rolling Thunder 3 for the Sega Genesis. And, we're going to be starting off with the 80% run, which is, getting the bonus levels and skipping a few of the bosses. The objective of the speedrun in this game is to get through as fast as possible, and the stipulations to make it go a little faster is to expend all your ammo and almost all your lives, so that way the end of the level tally isn't counting down, is slower to count down. I am just... so that there's less score to tally at the end of the level. And that involves no, not bringing the special weapon to most of the levels. Blowing all your handgun ammo, and trying to get hit at least once. Getting punched by the enemies will take 1 health off. Getting shot by them will take off 2. We can't get hit anymore, so we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Level won't end until we clear the first level, or include all enemies are cleared. So the story of this game is we are Jay, part of the Rolling Thunder. Got it. The titular Rolling Thunder organization of the secret agents. We're taking down Dread, the third in command of the Geldra organization. After the events of the previous game have other characters taking out the main leader of Geldra. So basically we're the number 3 agent taking down the number 2 of the evil organization. Kind of funny that... It's funny that we're not the best of the best, we're just like the next best. Okay, so the 80% here is the first divergence. We have to unload on this thing, and it'll take us to the first bonus round. So notice I'm having J bunny hop. This increases his speed ever so slightly, where we can get a little ahead of enemies, which can disrupt some of their patterns. It can it lets you mess with their behavior a little. It's a very handy speedrunning tool that I discovered while messing around with this. Okay, so now we skip the 80% skips the vehicle levels basically. After every 2 or 3 levels, there's a vehicle level. Like in this case, after level 2 is a motorcycle stage, but we skip that. Normally, bonus stages give you some extra ammo and stuff, but we don't care about that. We're just trying to get through fast. And Las Vegas level 4 is relatively the same, besides being able to take the whatever leftover full auto ammunition you have. Oh, there's a death. Yeah, death is pretty cheap. Just don't let it happen too much, or you'll game over. The robo ladies are a little dodgier, but like once you know when they're attacking, they're vulnerable. You just gotta dodge it. Nice. Ignore the crimson splits. I kept like accidentally saving them, but I accidentally pressing the wrong button when I was trying to press spacebar for my Well, anyway, level 5 is the next any percent cross convergence. What we want to do, we want to take the bazooka all the way to the end of the next non-vehicle level after this, and to do that we're going to be entering one of the S doors, which gives you a full clip of your special weapon. In this case, the bazooka has 10 ammo bullets, so you'll get an extra 10 bullets. And if you want, I use the bazooka because it's handy to take out the heavy maskers, because they take about roughly 5 bullets to take out, sometimes more. Okay, this bazooka is tricky. We gotta do this. Now you want to save 10 rounds for the boss, because the boss goes down in about 10 shots. You know, that's about 100 hit points. So 10 damage, 10 damage. Gotta watch out for the spats. And yeah, unfortunately, this level coming up is one of the hardest levels in the game. And we don't have a useful sub-weapon to take us through that. So, take that. Luckily, the bats can stay alive. The bats do not have to be killed to get through to exit the level, so... Okay, you might notice the level has uneven terrain, which enemies can fire over. You can't, which makes it kind of annoying. This opening bit is probably one of the hardest stretches of the game. And we're on Easter Island, by the way, where all evil terrorist organizations hide their base of operations. Luckily, those grenadiers will jump every few rows, so that's pretty easy for those. The enemies have pretty strict behavior patterns, but luckily there are a few exclusions. Like you might have noticed a few levels ago that if I jump right as an enemy's throwing their grenade, they'll think that I'm on their level and throw to the left, or throw to the side instead of down. Okay, that is the worst part of the level out of the way. The rest of the level cools down significantly. Yup! Yeah, we refilled on bullets in that one door just because there's a kind of a long level, so we want to reach the boss. Do not crouch while firing this, otherwise the shell will go under the boss. And I want to be at full health here, that way I can take a hit from the boss and not have to jump over and around. So that's handy. It is possible to get damaged at the when the boss is dying by the explosions. And you can have the end of level tally at a 0 in life, which is funny, but not super impractical. Level 8 is probably the next hardest level of the game. I say this first stretch isn't as bad as I get my ass whooped, but it's definitely... It's a lot, but I definitely think the second half of the level is worse. Just kinda rusty. Oh, that was dumb. Oh! That extra life, nice. And here's the final entrance to the final boss stage. Don't do it. Yeah! Yeah, I try to get right up on the wall so that way I can just, I don't have to move forward, I can just get shoved directly into the bonus stage. This, for all 0 of you who have played, is a warehouse level from one of the previous Rolling Thunder games, now dilapidated, and with only full auto as the option. Okay, here's the final level of the game. Surprisingly, pretty easy to go through. Like, it's a very straightforward shot, very flat terrain, lots of grenades being thrown around, but it's prime real estate for exploiting the grenade behavior, if I can get the time right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. And now we get to see the game off the screen, which thankfully is pretty cheap. We have unlimited continues. No big deal. The knife does about 2 bullets worth of damage, so very efficient for just like cutting through enemies. Basically every enemy that isn't a heavy or a boss will get killed in one shot. Here's almost no railing. Unfortunately, while you can get extra life, most of the time enemies doing 2 damage nullifies getting a 4 hit point. You get 5 hit points, sure, but like that's much more than it's worth. You can just be fast. Luckily, colliding with enemies, most enemies, doesn't kill you, doesn't damage you. You can get about 4 hits max on the boss between each laser beam. You just gotta be really quick. Except for those ones where he's crouching, you might as well. I forgot to take a hit there, but still pretty smooth. Yeah, Rolling Thunder, nice brisk 11 to 13 minute run on the 20%. don't have to worry about Twitch VODs cutting off the credits, so I can just end this here. Get out of here! Alright. Open. Shit. All bosses. Okay, now this is the all bosses route of Rolling Thunder 3. It's still a side-scrolling cover shooter. You're still bunny hopping, but this time you're fighting all of the bosses. Which, honestly, the weapon selection doesn't change too much because you're still like picking full auto, you're picking laser, picking bazooka. But the most interesting is you're not shooting walls. Yeah, sometimes enemies will jump down off a railing to get at you, but thanks to the bunny hopping, you can get slightly ahead of them, so you don't have to. Whoa! Don't worry about it. It's funny, like, it's funny, like, I've played this game, like, since I'm a baby, so it's wild, like, discovering new things like the bunny hopping and, like, the enemy behavior thing, like, I was usually pretty good at, like, finding weird little quirks in game behavior, just, like, mashing shit, but it's funny that there's still new things to learn when you start to speedrun things. Yeah, now what I did right there, that's a frame perfect pause skip. If you press like exactly as it's done starting the cutscene, it'll skip right to right past the cutscene and into the next level opening, which I guess I could avoid that by just playing as the secret character and not Jay, but you know, that's what other categories are for, I guess. Okay, I can follow us in the stream transition. No! Okay, now we want to bring about 50 bullets, I think, to the boss. Again, the boss has 100. Each boss has about 100 health points. So you want. Wow! Jeez. Unfortunately, with this boss, we cannot recycle them, so we have to just like. And we can't even use like hit damage. We can't even use like. You know, damage boost through it. He's just a stupid crab. But you know. Here's the first vehicle section, which 80% skips. They're basically auto scrollers. Yeah, they go the length of the music they're set to, which is yeah. So this is probably the harder of the three because of how much wider the enemy hitboxes are, and also how much they track your movement alongside that. So it's like you gotta lure them out, you gotta shoot them from behind. I'll use a damage boost to, you know, make up for one of the more annoying parts. Vibing with the excellent music, whether or not the stream picks it up enough of it. But you know. Very jazz and rock inspired sound. Very great, very, under-acknowledged in a system full of great soundtracks. Like normally here is where I back into it somewhat and make it easier to clear the enemies out, you know. Flashing light warning! Look out! Piccolo's throwing grenades at us. Okay, and we're back at Las Vegas, baby. In this case, no weapons, knives will do just fine. 2 shots for the reds, 4 shots for the yellows. Still 1 shot for the blues. The Robo Ladies are probably the most RNG of the run because, you know, they don't always do the same thing. Like, sometimes they'll just backflip and dance around on the balcony, sometimes they'll jump down after you. It's something you gotta play by ear, but luckily they're pretty easy to tell when they're gonna do stuff. They don't waste too much time. Stop it! Unfortunately, Jay's jump is not enough to clear a grenade explosion, so just watch that. No! Ow, you kicked my shin. Sometimes when they backflip, they'll just fall directly down, and I was ready for it, but my knife wasn't ready for it, which, way to go. Okay, flashing light warning for the entirety of this level, because we're bringing the flash grenades, which stun enemies, and they will leave them vulnerable to one-hit kills, which is especially useful for these heavy enemies, who normally take about 5 bullets. 5 to 6 bullets. Some enemies, some of them take 6, some of them take 5. Most of them take 5. Yeah, unfortunately we can't quite use all of the grenades without, like, just pausing to throw 20 grenades, so we just use what we can, and just focus more on doing the level quickly. There is some despawning involved in this game. Like, it's definitely pretty airtight, but there's things like normally by the end of by that third clearing, there's supposed to be 2 heavies, but because of how many enemies are on screen at once, there's only nice. Nice. One more for the road. We watch helplessly as Dredd takes off. The villain. The second in command. That, while our third best agent, Jay, takes him out. Okay, time for the Pacific Ocean. Second of 3 vehicle levels. This one, it has more going on, like it has those underwater assassins and mines and stuff, but honestly this is a way easier level because your hitbox is smaller and enemies are faster and just like they aren't tracking your position as much. They can jump back to attack you, but like it's again like more complex behaviors but easier to deal with. Also you can do a high jump, which is required for this level. Unlike the motorcycle, which you can also do a high jump on, which is funny. Yeah, it's harder to pick what enemy you want to damage boost through this because it's just so easy just to avoid damage in this one. That it's just like, okay. I guess you can always like wait till the end of the stage and like get it. And oops. Watch me run into the line. my Lukey bullets. We've once again reached Easter Island. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we do have to break the bazooka still. Unfortunately, the bazooka is not useful at all for this level. Because like it fires in a straight line. It can't like go over terrain. Enemies don't particularly need that much extra firepower to deal with. So it's just like, you know, until we discover new tech, this is how it be. Okay, this is the most dangerous strip of the game. Because the blue dudes are almost all just grenade-happy fellas. Lunatics. On top off on ammo here just because I want to just deal with enemies as much as possible. Now, it is possible to like ignore killing the enemies and, you know, go through like that. But honestly, with how dangerous this is and how dangerous the final act of the game can be, it's probably just better just to play it safe. There's an open challenge for people who want to see the record. Yeah, I'm playing it safe. Or perhaps I'll know when I'll be coming. And once again, full health is recommended. That way we can just fire directly upon the boss. Use all 10 shells from the bazooka. Don't have to worry about engaging its pattern. Okay, level 8, the other hardest level in the game. We're going to bring the laser. I'm gonna shut up real quick just so I can lock in. Yeah, the laser does about 2 hits and pierces. 2 bullets and pierces. Basically a knife. Ha! It's funny, it cuts through enemies and does equivalent damage to a knife. That's cute. Okay, this is the first appearance of bats in the all bosses route. It's they give 2 points of damage. They're very annoying. They will zero in on you. Their corpses will hurt you. They're not hard to deal with, but once they become a problem, they remain a problem. So it's just like, pay attention to them, fire when ready. What the? Why am I out of a? Oh. Alright, I rebuilt my special weapon on my Anyway.
Welcome, Jay. Here's the place.
I'll make your future over. Dang it. That amazing line delivery.
Got it.
But what's up, ouch. I was gonna say the bunny hopping lets you postpone dealing with the bats more than you need to. So like, if you're good at pushing them past the screen, it's if you're good at bunny hopping, you just keep pushing them down the screen, not worry about them. But yeah, watch where you stall that, because then you might accidentally end up face to face with a bunch of bats and a bunch of enemies that want your ass. heavies, when they're standing up, they can fire a barrage bullets. You don't want that. Okay.
Welcome, Jay. Here's
Again,
the place. I'll make your
you want to be at full health so you can just take a hit from the turrets and not have to worry about them. You only get hit once, as long as you're quick enough to throw with your knife. Okay, now for the third and final vehicle level, which you're inside a airplane. Ha! Everybody say hi, Jack. This level has some really fun cover mechanics. You normally hide behind the seats to avoid the enemies firing the volleys of the volleys of bullets. Now you can, if you're close enough to them, you can interrupt their behavior, and they'll just like become regular enemies. If you're, but if you're like just out of their range, they'll just stay in fire mode. But if you're quick on the draw, you can keep them from firing. And, okay, we did it. Another perfect skip. I'm the best. Once again, going full Rambo on these guys. Come on! No! And yes, this game does have friendly fire. Like it's unfriendly fire. Don't want to do that. Nope. Oh, dang it. Oh, he was too good. Ah, whatever. I can use that extra for the final boss. Now I like how they bring in the orange maskers, the maskers with the enemies, instead of just using green ones, because like green ones I don't think are coded to throw grenades, so they brought in the orange ones, you know, to give them that behavior of also throwing grenades. I think that's a cute way to like hide. Oh! Watch this.
You're a dead man.
Okay. Third. Oh! Okay, fine. Okay. And that's all of the bosses. Okay. And yeah, that's really Thunder 3. That'll be the submissions. Very nice. Again, about, I guess, with those disastrousness, probably, normally I estimate about 17 minutes, but I'll do 20 minutes just to nice even number. But yeah. That'll be it for that one. Okay, now where is Contra Hardcore? Cocker Doodle Doo. Nope, don't want to get the ROM hack version. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. Let me just make sure this is the right one. I don't have a one. I don't have a space for a Hunter hardware yet. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I guess not. Make sure it's not one of the ROM hacks. Okay, we're good. Damn it, that's like one of the best. That's one of the best intros I've done to that. That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, for Contra Hardcore, we will be doing. I mean, if we can submit multiple categories, I'll probably do. Yeah, I'll just do that. This will be. We'll do chase fight, chase lab, or chase lab, chase surrender, lab surrender, and lab hunt. In order of the bad endings and then the good endings. Anyway. Okay, now time doesn't start until we crash. So 3, 2, go! Yeah, this is Contra Hardcore, the best game on the Genesis. And I am the best player of the Contra. So, I'll be doing Brownie. Brownie's basically the easy mode character. There isn't difficulty levels per se in this game. It's basically divided by the characters, and Brownie is basically the easy mode character. He's short, so a lot of things go over him. He has really good weapons that are good for different situations. He has a double jump that other characters don't have, and yeah. It just makes him a really user-friendly character to learn the runs that. And I could learn the other ones, but maybe I'll submit them to another time. Yeah. Flashing light warning. This guy will eventually take up the whole screen, and we're not gonna have that. So this game has shot 1 and shot 2. If you played Gunstar Heroes, it's basically giving basically giving you both character options instead of locking it to one character, so you can that's the Mustang. Okay, now we get basically the boss killer, the electromagnetic yo-yo. Very good. Which I am quite good at. Oh no! Our friendly platform! Now for the main boss. Basically ended that phase. It's possible to kill the boss without knocking him down, but okay, here is this game branches off twice. This is the first branch, so we're gonna go after Dead Eye Joe. Joe is basically a distraction. We fell for his bait and are gonna basically kind of this. I do like how this game like gives some distinct pads. And, oh, I see you, bot, and I'm gonna get you, but I can't. Mash, mash, mash. Got him. Die, bot. Nice. Yeah, so normally the run doesn't like exhibit or show off the D weapon too much, but I found in some runs that it saved my bacon more than once. Yeah. And there's the the E-yo-yo putting in the work. Yeah, we fell for the bait. We took the bait. Did I, Joe? He done be a rage baiter. Also, apparently in the Japanese version, each character, even though they have similar dialogue, they have different cadences. Like Brownie is apparently more polite, whereas in our version, it's just the same voices with the different portraits, which is kind of lame. Is that a tripwire for you guys? Okay, so it turns out you can just ignore those yep, I'm just amazing, I jumped right into that. You can just ignore these cars. I always thought you had to like kill them to get back. Alright. Right here, we stay to the left. Now we don't have to run back. Not to worry about those guys. We'll mount on safety. Time for the next boss, the Noe Man Cascade. Noe Man Time Pod. In case you guys are familiar with Cuphead, this is the boss of the Cloud Lady, Zeppelin Lady. Takes inspiration from Cascade will become Taurus, then Sagittarius, and then Gemini. Taurus and Sagittarius are pretty simple. Gemini can go to the right and get you. That's RNG. That's one of the few RNGs in the thing, but luckily he didn't. We just make him pay for not being more merciless. Alright. Now for phase 2. So there's a low percent category in this game where you don't get bombs or sub-weapons, so you're just using the machine gun. And I found out that Brownie is the worst, one of the worst at it, because of his height. Normally his height, which is a boon, is a liability, because this phase you have to... you have to, like, be very precise in how you jump and hit it and hit the tank so that you're not getting hit, and it's something I really want to learn, but holy hell is it a new kind of hell to figure that out. But it's cool. It's cool to see that Brownie isn't like the best for every category. Well, even though there's only like 2 categories, you know. Level 3 down. Yeah, both paths have these same 2 levels between the branches, so... There. Be ready for Swarm of Monkeys. I don't want to slide because I could accidentally slide into a monkey. Oh, sometimes they'll do that. That's very rude. Okay, sometimes they'll grab with one hand, sometimes they'll grab with two. If he grabs with two, then there's more of the bridge to move. But we're fine. Okay, this is where I love using the D-weapon on, even though the speedrun doesn't, because it's so satisfying seeing all the little shield orbs zoom in on the worms. So we're gonna pick some lice off of this friendly Ronto's bag. Okay, watch out, do not shoot his nose or he will snooze at you and you will die. We will be fighting Ball. Has another pretty random pattern, like he has some patterns that will suck, like this one. Ah! You did it! You did it! Oh! Losing the yo-yo is kind of suck, but yeah, nothing we can't handle. Just a minor setback. We'll get it back after the fight, so don't you worry. Yeah, it's funny how often bosses are a problem in games where you can die once, only by being goofers and walking around like weirdos and stuff. These guys are the epitome of that. Buddy. Two become one. Oh, that is just... That was my fault. I'm just gonna... I was gonna save a bomb, you know. Okay, D-weapon is not good for flowers. Noted. Time for my least favorite boss of the run. I like to call him Seven Farce, because if you've ever played Gunstar Heroes, Seven Farce is a boss where you fight horizontal and vertical shafts and at different phases. This guy has a similar thing, but a lot of it's waiting and really bad. Also, this is one of the first bosses that really shows off the recoil system in your guns. And depending on how high the recoil is, this boss will react more or less stronger or weaker to that. And the Electro Yo-Yo has very high recoil and can make him make his spin crazy, and he fires lasers when he spins, and it's just not fun. Or like here, where if you shoot him to keep him away when he tries to ram the wall, he'll like bounce around more, so he doesn't take damage from this, we just have to wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. Not too. Yeah, like this game is great, but it's like they decided to give this we're shooting away from Omelas, where we have to put all the suffering and awfulness of the game into a single boss so that the rest of the game can flourish. Omelas hardcore. There we go. Where he's not affected by the recoil in this phase so much as just random random rotations based on how he moves. So he does that. Now, if we didn't go after Jedi Joe, he'd be piloting this mech, which we'll find out in the category. And his behavior doesn't change too much, except for in this part he will fire missiles at you. So, you know, it's a cute extra, but doesn't add anything. Thankfully, this transition is much less of a headache. A little walk for the... Well, yeah, it has some colors. This game uses a lot of multiple sprites. And this we finally use the E-weapon, which has low recoil and is extremely handy for this because he reacts super aggressively to our weapon. And almost no other character has a weapon as good as Brownie's E-weapon for dealing low recoil and also gets the fireworks. Alright, flash warning. Now comes the next branching point, where we meet up with Colonel Baja Mutt, Colonel Baja Blast, and the Professor, who we don't know until now, but he's a traitor. You know we do traitors around these parts. We fight them to the end. This boss is also the same, but between both routes. Also, one of the more fun ideas for a boss fight. He combines all the enemies from the previous level into different enemies, and we just clown on them. He'll drop bombs, so let's stick around for that. Bomb! Hey! Another bomb! Let's go! Honestly, while it is technically faster to kill the flower friend before he does anything, I like chancing bombs because it'll make it has a chance of making some enemies faster. Some bosses go faster than levels. Oh yeah, so we made Walter Cronkite, and he eats the doctor, and then turns his attention towards us. And he scoops. Luckily, Brownie's arsenal can ignore all that. That's the way forward. Hot on Bahamut's heels. Hope you like the original Contra. This is basically an homage to that. Okay, so as that soldier said, the alien cell is running amok. We got chickens all over the shop. They're eating each other. They're eating each other. They're hopping. They're killing me. It's a mess. Here's the boss I'll use name. Come on. Die! It is not worth dealing with those enemies. Yeah. until he dies. Which he died there! Okay, now we have a little auto scroll at the top. Again, I love the sense of chaos, of just everything is eating each other. Like, nothing is safe from itself. There are no allegiances. It is only hunger and growth. It's pretty awesome. And also probably my favorite final level theme. And after that second maw, the level ends. Or the level scroll ends. Simple, just friggin' yeah, I got extra pops to spare, why not? Easy. Yeah. Red Falcon, the heart. Yeah. This boss will cycle through 3 different attacks. They don't change much as it gets low in health, just, you know, whatever. Time? I forget. Well, yeah, either way. We'll say time on that one. When you lose control! I'm losing control, Jerry! I'm just gonna let this banger credits theme run. And to come down from that whirlwind of a game. I will say the one knock against this game is that the soundtrack tries using stereo for its music, and it does not work at all, because all it does is just like slowly pan back and forth between its different speakers, and I think that's just dumb. Angry robot. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Okay, now for Chase. Oh no, yeah, Chase Surrender. No! No! Oh, well. Honestly, the A button doesn't really make much of a difference in this first level. The victory laser, as we call it. See, that's probably... I think the only difference that it does is that it has a slightly wider, arc, and it pierces. It has like a cool arcing thing. So, you know, no worries, no worries. Again, flashing warning. For this dude shall cover the whole screen. There we go. It's like I never missed it. Yeah, take that, cars. Now the world record holders do something with the yo-yo that makes it looks like it has a much more controlled trajectory, and I never really did that. I'll never learn. The expert. Danima. Okay, second burst, same as the first. Slide on some robots. Take that. I also love that, like, every enemy in the game has an animation. I really appreciate those little details. Oh. Die! Oh my gosh, he can run. My boy has legs! Yeah, I want to not fire on him there because I don't want to risk, like, losing a life. Oh yeah, sure, okay. Never mind. Yeah, I want to, like, yo-yo him when I knew I could, like, safely kill him, but I guess I didn't want to kill him. Yeah! One cycle, baby! 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Haha. Haha. It's too late, Brownie. I have portrayed myself as the Chad Deadeye Joe and you as the Soy Jack person who fell for my rage bait. 3 years later. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, we're studying for Carlton class now. I know what you're thinking. You are Carlton. But if we play my cards right, my wife will be Carlton too. Oh, what? Okay, game. You know, it's fine. I didn't want to play this game anyway. Where the heck am I? Nice. You see, I'm playing these disastrous runs through just in case. Have a throwaway account just in case. Oh, he did it! Goofus and Gallant over here. Luckily, if you hold the jump button the second time when you're hovering, you can get some more airtime. It's pretty great. Again, normally the speed run will use a bomb to skip that phase, but honestly, that phase isn't that bad, especially compared to bosses later on in the route that are more worthy of being blown up. Especially for the main one, the lab fight, the golden route, as they say. 3 days, Grace told us who was in charge. A coup d'etat. That's what I thought. That's what I thought that was when I first played this game as a youngin. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, okay. As a youngling. I didn't do it this time. Oh. Now he can track you with this super scoop laser if you're jumping the gun too much. So be careful not to do that. Okay, time to redeem myself. I'll only be fighting this boss 3 more times. I'll have to conquer Ball 3 more times. Best. Oh, you tricked me. He's doing extra shingles with a shimmy. Don't ball. Don't ball. He balled! This boss will never ball. Oh, fuck! I haven't seen his easiest pattern ever, where he just lays down and throws his legs at me. there's another one where people use the bomb to skip the phase. I'm not about that. Again, there are bosses that are a bigger pain in the butt, and also that phase dies fine. Like I don't even need it. I don't even need it. I don't need it. I need it. His claws don't even hit me. It's crazy. I'm not even shooting. It's crazy. And I'm spinning. Nope. Nope. Yeah, so I mentioned ROM hacks at the beginning of this whole selection. And there are actually 2 ROM hacks of this game that are pretty cool. One is like, it redoes all the bosses and levels. And there's another one that just like combines all the routes. They both combine all the routes, but the ROM hack one like adds like different behavior, like combines all like the characters from like this end protector and gives them new weapons and stuff. It's really cool. It's something I might try to do runs of at some point, but I gotta get more comfortable with it. But yeah, it's cool to see that this game had enough love to get edits, and the new behaviors are pretty cool. Like when they're not like super cheap, there's like interesting behaviors that I'm surprised they're able to do. This boss doesn't change too much, of course, besides it's swinging, getting a longer arc. So, like, it's like if you're not paying attention, it'll hit you, but yeah, you can't improve on perfection, I guess. Ha! We're about to get Baja blasted. GG, thank you, E-Cycle. Oh, I forgot to link this in the Contra speed running Discord. I'm so bad at this. Nah, whatever. Surrender. I'll do it later. Worst ending, and we'll find out why. Need to put Contra as a category. What a shame! Contra Hardcore is a category, isn't there? Oh, again, this is just me trying to get runs. Well, we still have 2 more runs to do, so you know, hope springs eternal at midnight o'clock. Here's where it's good to have my A weapon, because it's a stream of Octomen. It's easy enough. It will get more aggressive as the game goes on, and you'll have to also I remember when I first did this route as a kid, and I was so overwhelmed by the fact that there's just a wall of fire after me that it felt like it'd be impossible. Oh no! Oh no! I changed my mind. It's possible. Oh yeah, I think I hit the bullet limit for this weapon. I did it again. Crazy. Alright. Thank God. Okay, time for a one-way trip up this elevator. And then what, you thought we could go back down to the burning apocalypse phase? Huh, I don't think so. Okay, here's where having bombs will probably be pretty handy. Ah! Okay, this is one of the easiest. This is one of the easier patterns. You can, like, pay attention. Yeah! Now for taller characters, they'll have to worry about sliding under the doctor's robot when he gets long like that. But, you know, we just blow him up. I think I see my dad. Time for the track that's like 2.5 minutes long, even though you only hear like 30 seconds of it. The wonders of sound test. And here's my personal favorite boss in the game, the Magnum. Oh, I dropped my monster weapon that I use for to destroy my Magnum planet. This boss cycles through a bunch of different attacks, and what you can do is if you damage him enough, you can stop the attack, and then that just keeps going until you break the phase. Until you break the phase, and I think that is just like freaking way to design an action shooter boss. It's like, you know, it rewards keeping up the pressure. You're constantly moving, and it's just like, oh. And of course, I get to enjoy the fight more because I screwed it up. Oh, how egotistical can you get? Now you're firing your face at me. I told you, deep putting in work. And then the final phase is just, constantly moving, but in a different way. Instead of just like moving in an arc, you're moving in a circle. Ah, such a good fight. It's a shame that it's attached to like like basically the bad ending. And that's time for that one too. Woohoo! Let me change the category. Ah! Now see, it was retro because there's no Rolling Thunder 3 category because no one likes games. But now the hardcore is so I did it. I would have been a god with a giant gun. Whew. So yeah, we done died there. Again, I'll let the credits roll out so I can let my hands rest. lab routes down. I actually, I probably should have looked at the submission criteria for Sega Fest to see like if you can submit multiple categories or just whatever. No big deal. The least possible to permanently die a robot, or character, who is a robot. I have never heard of this man, who I have not. Alright. Time for the lab routes. Be lab. I'll do lab, surrender, and then lab fight, just so we can work up to the best ending. Yeah, this is still Contra Hardcore. This is still an awesome game. Yeah, thank God I had a good showing on this. Die! A good showing on this first level. No! No! Ah, you moved and you wrecked it. Wrecked it! One of the cool things that I was talking about the last run, I was talking about the ROM hack in this game. I think one of the coolest things about the ROM hack is, despite when it's not when it's getting cheap, but when it like exhibits more of the enemy's attacks that you never see because you're just. Because honestly, with this game, like, if you just hold down the fire button, you're never going to see most of the boss attacks. Flashing light warning! You're never going to see most of their attacks. So it's cool to, like, actually see, like, what they're capable of. Granted, some enemies, like, don't have much going on. There we go. Again, the giant electromagnetic yo-yo, what kills bosses. Nope, still don't know how the speedrunners do that one. You can call me Giga Chad Joe. It's kind of funny how the chase routes are more combat focused, while the lab routes are more spectacle focused. Like the bosses in this one, like they're not challenging, but it feels like they're a lot more spectacle driven than like active combat driven. Like this is just like, hey. Can we just re-roll all the Gen Z and Gen Alpha slang? Ha! Like this in the ROM pack, like, you can't really do much with that. So besides, like, maybe making them beefier? Like, that's the one thing that the ROM pack does, it, like, makes enemies beefier so you can, like, use it, but, yeah. This one sucks in the ROM pack, though. Like, I don't understand what they were doing that one. This one is changed. Yeah! Look at that. I was trying to figure out what slang you're talking about, and then I realized that I was using Baby Chad, and I was like, oh no, I'm too far in. The cartridge is made by Konami, and I'm comfortable even watching this, honestly. ROM hacks aren't in the Bible. Damn. This my unruly run. Well, this isn't the ROM hack, but you know, this just vanilla. Hey, stop your evil laughing, Doctor. Are you gay? Oh, I'm fine. How are you? So the rampaging robot was just a switchback. Oh god! I thought my mouse was the bullet for a second. The bits in the card are distinct because physical media. Okay, boss, more flashing because yes, the anal lock. Oh, his eyes are watching me as he builds. He's watching, making sure I'm watching him build his correct set box. I think it's bad. But haha! His eyes had the last laugh. Let me out! He's trying to share his special interest. Aw. Too bad he's in our way. Pray for getting extra lives from the pickups. Or V tripwire. Aye. Aye. I'm getting better at avoiding enemies in this level, so I feel good about that. Okay, time to die. Ah! Much better. I'm getting better with every run. Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, these bosses aren't changed much in the ROM hack either. I think Sagittarius is a little more erratic, but yeah, it's mostly about the same. I remember the second phase sucking though, the cubes. I guess the squares. Bet you're pretty good at this game, that's for sure. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've put in my time for sure. It's a childhood game, so naturally my difficulty curve endings have been scorched. So like I'll hear people like saying this game is hard. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's kind of hard. I don't know what big deal is. I think shooting him in his transformation part, I think that does damage. It gives me points. I don't know if it contributes to damage towards the each phase. I'd be curious. Yeah. Or maybe it does like extremely more damage. I don't know. jungle again. He's in deep hunting. I'm like very slightly behind on my points, so I'm picking up all the lives I would normally get from killing a boss, like the previous stage. I'm getting at the next stage. I'm so tuned into like when different lives are timed and scored, that like it feels unfamiliar. Game is good and yet it's obscure. Yeah. I blame the fact that the Super NES exists and that Contra 3 exists and people only ever talk about Contra 3 and I'm just like, dang. Not this time! Yeah, it's kind of a shame that it's like, I don't know if I call it the black sheep of the franchise, but it's kind of a bummer that like it doesn't seem to like get. Contra 3 is bad. Oh, you won't get argument from me there. I can't stand Contra 3. I think it's cool. I think it suffers from a lot of NES games' problem of like trying to flex on the hardware thing. Like, oh yeah, it just has like 3 Mode 7 levels that totally suck ass instead of just like focusing on every level being feeling good to play. But it's like. Though it is cool seeing enemies or bosses in this game, like, that reference Contra 3, like, one of the bosses in the Alien's Den, you know, the lab fight route, like, that's like a reference to one of the bosses from 3. It controls shitty too? Ah, damn. I'm less familiar with how it controls. I only like the first level one. But, yeah. And there's Joe! Oh my gosh! This place will be your gravy yard. But yeah, this fight controls the same as Joe-less, besides like manning this. There's only so much I can say about a bad boss. Yeah, cause like, yeah, in hardcore, this is like the low point, but like with Contra 3, it's like there's a lot of stuff that's just like not fun to do. No, I haven't actually beaten Wait, what in the world is Contra 2 then? There's a Contra 1 on the NES, and then like, they just skipped to Contra 3, or am I just, it's like, the Gooch. Joe the Gooch Goochman. Yeah, I call this boss, Contra 2 is an arcade game? Oh, okay. I never actually stopped playing it, but yeah, I call this fight 7 Farce after the boss from Gunstar Heroes, where instead of 7 Force, dumb. Yep, I want to say Gunstar Heroes is a good game, but the second half of that game gets so tedious, which is a shame. It's like, damn, is that first half amazing? Ah! Oh, I thought the laser hit me. Ooh. See, this is the thrilling change in the second half of this fight thanks to Joe. Yeah, I'm going to look up what Contra 2 is. I'm intrigued now. My color has shifted. Oh, okay. Flashing light warning in T-minus whenever. Oh. Ah! AC show flash. Damn, trap plan. I didn't even know they knew the word squander back then. Okay, now to surrender. Yeah. I really like how Joe gets a lot more FaceTime in this route than like the other SC route. Something about him here just feels like cooler. I found out which one doesn't slide on the ground. Alright. Come on, guys, try to shoot me. Yeah. The way the ROM hack works for this one is interesting, because like the sprite of the console is shorter, and the arc of the bounces are like more narrow. So like, one, he bounces away more, and two, you have to like kind of pay attention to like where he's going. Favorite Sense's boss. This is what I mean, where like a lot of the bosses feel more like they're set pieces more than like combat intensive, and I don't mind that, especially because like it gives a little bit of variance. But like, yeah, like it definitely makes the challenge kind of lopsided in what each offers. But you know, again, nothing wrong with that. I'm just like comparing. I just like comparing. Like, I just think it's interesting how much more action-oriented the chase finales are versus the lab ones. Yeah, no. Oh, I thought it was actually gonna hit me there. Yeah, and again, like with the laser console, that boss in the ROM hack has lower, more frequent jumps. Basically, a Dynamite Heady boss. I'd say so. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. That's a good comparison. Dynamite Heady has some amazing bosses, but damn, does that game get like needlessly devoted at the end. Still a good game, though. Noise! This might be a boss I'll use Pitfall is a hard game. Ah, I always die with the 2v1 the house cats. Pitfall. All I can think of is the Atari game. The Ultimate Battle. Okay, gotta be careful. The Mayan Adventure. Oh, like, is it like a sequel game or whatever? We gotta be careful here. We can soft lock if I kill this idiot too hard. It's too late, Doctor. I've portrayed you as the Soyjack mutant alien man. Damn it. Oh my god. I swear to God. So I was gonna say, I think it's kind of cool that this route, I feel like, has, like, the most combat focus of the, Okay, at least got the victory laser. Friggin', oh my god. Just roll with it, Zeke, just roll with it. One of the changes the ROM hack does is it removes the countdown from his head, so I also always get like cold feet whenever I fight the whenever I fight the dock aliens. It always feels like way tankier than it should be. Oh, you gotta dodge the last second there. Couldn't two-cycle this for obvious reasons, because I am damn bad. Damn it! Oh no! Thank you. And I still die, of course. Time, I guess. Yikes. Okay, 3 down, 1 to go. Why? What's these? What are these runs for? What's a Sega Fest is a upcoming marathon that Peach is pointing me towards, actually, where it's like, I guess, playing a bunch of Sega games, and he's gonna do Kid Chameleon, and I'm gonna throw Rolling Thunder 3 and this game at it. So, yeah, figured I'd just dust myself off. The final run of the night. We're doing lab fight. That rhymes. No, I will not be caught on you again. Yeah. I accidentally let the deadline for SGDQ lapse, so I didn't submit anything there. Kind of up there. Now, I was totally committed to submit some sick-ass games. I was gonna submit the seminal Newgrounds hit, Fat Kid Falling Down the Stairs, but I couldn't get that to work, so that was kind of discouraging me, I guess. I was like, I don't know. Me and my putting off of deadlines. I will get Fat Kid Falling Down the Stairs in HDQ, mark my words. Flashing white. I almost killed myself there because once I let go of the jump button a little, and I was I have no idea how the speedrunners blow this guy up before and skip that phase. I am good. Yeah. You know, I am glad I can hear my voice through the. Hold on. I can hear my voice through my headset, but at the same time, it's like kind of throwing me off, like the sound guns that like repeat someone's voice back at them to like screw them up. One of the bad guys. Oh no, not the bad guy. It's more Delta mercenaries from Rolling Thunder 3. We're doomed! Actually, I think it's kind of funny, like, in Rolling Thunder 3, you have to press the button, mash the button and fire a bunch of times, or in Contra, you just hold it down. The difference in their pace delivery. Die, evil brownie. Yeah, obviously this boss doesn't change too much in the raw bag. The building block boss is changed like I think you build the blocks faster, and you basically get to see all of the doesn't. The rampaging robot ruse was a distraction. I have the alien cell. Oh, it works. I remember always getting killed by touching his shoulder pads as a kid, because like his shoulder pads were like the deadliest thing in the world. I like how many hardcore representation the Vampire Survivors DLC had of this. I think like there's a really cool like iterations of the enemies from this, and also the boss fight they had in there is really cool. I'd love to see more Vampire Survivors boss like that. Tripwire for the final time. Oh, hey, Val. Shoulder pads that aren't just for blocking, but for killing little soldiers, yeah. I was not paying attention there. I almost got myself killed. Wow. Yes. My Sakuretsu armor. What? Oh my! Oh! What hit me? Oh my god! This game is doing it. The quirk about the victory laser is that its trajectory starts from like a little past your muzzle. So if you're like too far to the right, the edge of this against the edge of the screen, it'll it won't the collision won't be detected on things. So as you saw there for a second. Go! My spiky shield Pokemon move. My spiky shield Pokemon move 2012. Oh boy, I got the view weapon. Alright, Goofus and Gallant. One more time. Wow. We got 3 and 1 for going Cosmic Gallant is all things and none. Yeah, hope you're doing well tonight as well, Val. Hunting. They really could have used more colors for Bahamut's portrait. It almost looked like he had like weird flesh-colored protrusions coming out of his clavicle. It's not great. Could you take away the gold rims for 2 seconds, Bahamut? If this were Mega Man X, we'd be jumping on his hands. Yeah. Nice! That's the fastest I've killed tonight. Let's go. We shall conquer Ball one more time. Conjure the orb. Wait, this is one of those bosses that feels like it moves around too much to where using the yo-yo doesn't seem to do as much as it's good, but again, I don't have a lot of data on damage and auto. That's one thing I like to do when I learn the non-Fang runs, because like seeing what the best weapons for Ray and Sheena are. Because Fang is just spamming the D weapon constantly, which is more controller intensive than I'm comfortable doing. Okay. It seems like why would I ever Jungle Storm, Swamp Laser. You missed it, Hydro! Go, son. The final farce. Oh yeah, Brownie gets caught in the Constructobot's shoulders like a Sideswipe does in Unicron's shoulder in Transformers Armada. Ah! Was it Sideswipe? I think it was the motorcycle dude. Or someone else. No wait, it wasn't someone, no, because the motorcycle dude was Unicron. So. It was probably an S name. Giving them wacky Transformers. Back when we didn't have to sneak around. Those were the days! Watch me, like, not pay attention and somehow die on this fight. It would be wild if someone ROM hacked us to make the characters Mega, Mog, Owl, Werewolf, Jones. What's that? From the comic strip? There's a comic comic? A comic strip? Oh god! That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll look at that. I know, it's either the ROM hack or the comic strip, but I know comic strip that used to be in Vice magazine. Oh, okay. But, I did not know Vice had a But yeah, either the ROM hack or the combined level hack. Yeah, I think it's the ROM hack. Where, what it does is it kind of like ties this game into the other Contra games, like Shattered Soldier and Hardcore Uprising, and it kind of like reeks of like really like trashy fan fiction. It's kind of funny sometimes. Like Fang is like a character from Hardcore Uprising, and I think they make Joe Leviathan from Uprising. I think it's kind of funny. And like the end of both root combinations combine to end with the root, because obviously we all die at the end, so why not? And like it's just like this like 20-minute auto-scrolling text, flashing my warning. 20-minute like auto-scrolling text about trying to like make Bahamut into like an anti-hero, and also he quotes Bahamut from Final Fantasy VIII by saying, "Damned imbeciles, why do you wish to fight?" Which I appreciate, but it's kind of silly. Got these indignant drug addicts who are horrible to each other and very humorous. One's a witch, one's a cat, and there's an owl. So, is it a Contra comic, or is it just a comic that has those things? Fight to the end. They don't change much with this in the ROM pack. And the Deadeye Joe fight ain't much different either. Like I said. I forget what they changed in of the D route. Notice comic that uses these to be invited. Okay. I missed the text scrolling by. Is there a name? Does this comic have a name, or is it? I wasn't. Give me a bomb. No. No. Dang it! Of course it's on the route. Oh, it's called Mega Mog. Oh, okay. I thought Meg and Mog were, no. Of course, the route that I need more bombs on, they give me no bombs. I'm not a weed. Jeff Goldblum's going nuts! It's Walter Cronkite again. You know, it's funny, like, how often I've ended runs of a game on my last life to random shit. Like, I remember when I first got to this fight, I lost my last life on Cronkite running into me when the phase proper started. Yay! And that's the way forward. And we get a bonus first collection called Mega Hex. Bestseller list, which is really says something about society given the context. Hey, we love us some unlikables. Yeah. Though I will say this is a really good fight, a really good level, honestly. Probably my favorite one because you fight the 3 parts of the boss, and then you fight the boss itself. It's pretty awesome. Oh man. Ah. But I hate this boss. This mini boss. I don't really know what determines what it attacks. What makes it decide what attacks. Okay, flashing light warning forever. Best boss. Yeah, I got really lucky on those attacks. Yeah. This boss is changed in similar ways to the other bosses in the previous route, where you're just like has lower trajectory on the mountains. You gotta be a little careful. Also, it adds like lampposts to the background, which make it a little more distracting. Yeah, be careful here, if he starts running on the road, his hitbox extends. That's killed me a couple times. Okay, hopefully we can kill— yes! Okay, that's a good boss to one cycle, because his attacks waste a lot of time. Oh god! Oh, nice. That's the best. Let's go. No way, that's why I always die like that. Yep. that's one of the nice things of like, it's like, it's fun like learning little perks like that. Okay, thankfully we will get a bomb here. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? GG, yeah, thank you. Formation. Oh! I do like how this game is getting like super silly. This feels like it'd be a Gunstar Kratos boss, honestly. Like just the soldiers like getting in formation. Actually, I'm kind of surprised the soldiers in Gunstar don't get a little wacky / serious boss. Like they're mostly just fodder, which I think is funny in its own way. Okay, this is the one I want to use all my bombs for because this fight sucks! Yo, I wonder if Bahamut is just weak against, is just resistant against bombs, or like his smaller hitbox makes it so that the projectiles on the bomb hit him less. But yeah, like it takes a lot more bombs to kill him back. Then again, I was using like a real gun and not just now the run also uses a bomb on Deadeye Joe, and honestly, this guy is so much of a pushover. I'd rather not waste a bomb on him. So just like Bahamut, I feel like is the bigger record killer than are you kidding me? Is the bigger record killer than I say as I get killed. Got a book from the library of Sega Genesis tips and tricks to try and figure out how to beat this kid. Heck yeah. You know what's funny? I had a few Sega Genesis tips and tricks guides. Never had one that had a guide for this game. I did have a guide for games like Geno and Shining in the Darkness. Like that got me into like a lot of games I wouldn't have otherwise. Yeah. Centipede. Had the world's biggest, shittiest walkthrough. Oh, you love it. You love to see it. I had. Okay. So I think this boss is cool, sort of. I think it's really bad. It needed another phase. Like, for like the ultimate final boss, it only has 2 phases, and I feel like it needed one. Okay, we're killing David K. David K's mutant alien head. Yeah. Nice! Oh, there we go. So yeah, like, cause the chase fight has like 3 phases, sort of like 3 attack cycles. Chase surrender has 3 phases. Lab surrender has 3 phases, and this only has 2. Like, I guess you can consider the centipede to be a phase, but that doesn't really feel like a phase. It's kind of oh. Thanks for the GG's. Yeah, I was gonna say, I had the Prima guide for JP1, and that guide sucks. Like, it's incomplete, it's wrong on a lot of things, it's doesn't have good ideas of how to do the thing, and it's just like, hooray, we did it! Good runs! Did it all in one, boss man. Oh god. I want to drop my controller. Best in the world for this one? Let's find out. At thespeedrun.com. Let's see, for any percent brownie. Cartman Majima seems to be the record holders for each of the 4 main categories. And his record for this round for Brownie is 20 minutes, 24 seconds. Lab Surrender, 18 minutes, 3 seconds. Excuse me. Chase Fight, 16 minutes, 31. And Chase Surrender, 15 minutes, 46 seconds. Hey. I was only a few minutes behind them. Nice. Are they a chill person? I have no idea. Clearly someone named after Majima and Cartman would be the chillest people. But, yeah. Okay, no one interesting seems to be awake for raiding, cause, you know, Phil is on a sweet vacay, and, wait, Karakarn V hasn't played Chrono Cross, never mind, who cares? Whatever. I'm not gonna raid anyone who it's freaking 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning? Jeez. Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah. We got our submissions. I can finally close the chapter on that one. Thank you all for coming out, and yeah, because people are totally care about my screen schedule. I don't know. What I want to try and do, there's a few art projects I want to get done before I get back into things. Final Fantasy XIV had a recent patch that apparently changes combat, and I really want to actually catch up to Final Fantasy XIV instead of putting it off. So maybe I'll try streaming some 14 weeks. But something like that. And I also owe my cousin a playthrough of Hollow Knight. So that's like Hollow Knight is probably going to be my next major stream, just because I've been putting that off. So yeah, I think that's probably what I'll end up doing if I decide to get back into streaming and stuff. Yeah, I haven't not wanted to stream. It's just that there's just been a whole bunch of bullshit I've been just focusing on instead, including like particularly art stuff. Like I did the Artist at the Ready tarot cards that I did. I probably can do some drawing on stream or something at some point, but I'd rather not anchor myself to streaming. But regardless, hope you guys have a good night. Once again, I am Psyche here, and this has been Contra Hardcore and Going with the Free. Take it easy, y'all.